Casa, what is up? It's me, your boy, Laces, and I'm back with another banger for you today. As always, you already know. I'm gonna need you to like, drop a comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Because it helps your boy out tremendously. With all that being said, today, I'm going to tell you why the best basketball team in New York City plays in Manhattan and not in Brooklyn. That's right. Yesterday, we had more NBA. Yesterday, we had the New York Knicks, the Boston Celtics, home opener at the Garden, packed full of vaccinated people. We had a thriller in the Garden because the New York Knicks in double OT beat the Boston Celtics. Now I'm going to lay down a little history for you guys. New York and Boston don't like each other. Not in basketball, not in hockey, not in soccer, not in football, and especially not in baseball. The New York sports world cannot stand the Boston sports world. So anytime a New York team beats a team from Boston, as a New Yorker, it's time to celebrate. Now, mind you, your boy is... The Knicks aren't my team. I'm a Laker fan. But because the New York Knicks and I are both clearly from New York, I'm specifically from Brooklyn, I could not help but to root for the Knicks. And let me tell you, when it came down to the final stretch, that second OT, and everybody was tired. You could see it because they was just throwing up threes and nothing was falling. The Knicks get a gritty win. 138-134. By golly, that was a good game. I'll tell you what, Julius Randle gave you 35. Threw 3 blocks. 8 rebounds. He went 8 for 8 for free throws. 3 for 8 for three-pointer. Gave you 46 minutes. And was 12 for 27 on the field goals. And let me tell you, Evan Horner gave you 32. He got hot. My man's was hitting consecutive threes and OTs. He put New York on his back on the overtimes. He went off. Kemba Walker and his Knicks debut gave you 10. He didn't play his best, but that's okay. Because we know what Kemba Walker is. We know what he can be. We know what he will be. I'm not scared or worried that Kemba didn't have a good game. The only thing I don't like about Kemba's game yesterday was the turnovers. Same thing with Julius Randle. 7 turnovers for Randle. 4 for Walker. Other than that, the Knicks played the most grittiest, you gonna have to kill us game ever, and it was game on. It was the first game of the season. And the Knicks went out swinging. Because that's how we do it in New York. I'm going to be real with you. New Yorkers will fight. We could be losing. And New Yorkers will fight. A whole bunch. In any aspect. A street fight. Sports. The police kicking our ass. New Yorkers going to fight. And that's exactly what they did yesterday. They fought and got a win. That's New York Knicks basketball, if you ask me. Now, let me make this clear. This is not to take away from Boston. It's not. I can't argue with Boston. Because they're a really good team. Because Jaylen Brown dropped a 46. And it was a smooth and easy 46. He went 16 for 30 in field goals, 8 for 14 in threes, and went 6 for 8 in free throws. I'm not worried about the Celtics either. Granted, Boston team, don't like them. But I'm not worried about them. The Knicks outplayed them last night. Jaylen Brown was clearly their best player. Now, Jason Tatum had somewhat of an off night. Still gave you 20. He still gave you 20. But what I think, that if Tatum attacks the rim and is a little more aggressive, that game maybe swings Boston's way. It does. Had Jason Tatum gave me, instead of 20, he gives me 26. It doesn't go to 2 OTs, and Boston wins. But because the Knicks showed heart, they were just able to outplay Jason Tatum and the rest of the Boston lineup. Like I said in my predictions video, the NBA needs the Knicks. The NBA is better when the Knicks are relevant. The Knicks bring 90% of New York City when the Knicks are relevant. You saw what they did in one playoff game last year. The city erupted. Now imagine if the Knicks get to the Eastern Conference semifinals. And they move past the first round. Do you understand how electrifying that NBA postseason will be if the Knicks are in the second round? Because I believe the Knicks, after last night, they could give it to anybody. Anybody outside the Milwaukee Bucks. I had the Knicks come in 7th. But hey, the Knicks might prove me wrong and grab a 5th spot. Quote me on that. You could come back to this video. In 81 games, the Knicks might have a 5th spot. And quite possibly could get to the Eastern Conference semifinals. I think the Knicks are that good. And I think the Knicks have the grit and the guts to make it there. With all that being said, I'm your boy Laces, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace